The latest trade data show that South Korea recorded a current account surplus in February for a 22nd month in a row, but the surplus was smaller than it was a year earlier. That's because growth in exports was offset by the higher cost of fuel and other commodities. Eum Ji-young has more.
South Korea logged a current account surplus for the 22nd straight month in February. Preliminary data released by the Bank of Korea showed on Friday that the balance of trade came to a surplus of $6.42 billion. Outbound shipments of goods in February came to around $54 billion, up 19% compared with the same period last year. They have increased on-year for the 16th straight month. Export growth was led by semiconductors with a more than 23% on-year rise, while petroleum products also saw strong outbound shipments increasing by around 66%. However, due to the jump in imports, the surplus was smaller than a year earlier, down 27%.
Although the exports are continuing to show solid growth, the goods account surplus was reduced, largely due to a huge rise in imports amid high oil and raw material prices.
Imports of goods increased around 26% compared to the same month last year, standing at around $50 billion. Raw material imports rose by around 37%. Imports of coal surged by more than 170%, and petroleum and crude oil rose by more than 67% and 63%, respectively.
Korea's exports and imports are basically due to global inflation. Korean export and import volumes have not gone up all that much, but it's the rise in prices which have made Korea's value hit record values. So as global inflation worsens, the chances of Korea's current account turning into a deficit and worsening gets larger.
The services account posted a surplus of $570 million in February, driven by the transport sector due to the high shipping rates. But with the number of people traveling abroad gradually increasing, the tourism deficit stood at $450 million, up about 30% on year. Eum Ji-young, Arirang News.